Or not, possibly not, because you're saying this clock is behind.
That is correct. That is absolutely correct.
So what's your clock saying? 5:30?
Yep.
Okay, we'll see. That's the issue. That this clock is 2 minutes behind. This is the clock I was looking at when I put my shirt on.
Okay. So don't look at that clock anymore. All right. I'm having issues right now on that's
Why?
not
Everything
you're
looks
gonna
good
have to
on.
find no, I'm talking about for my course. It's not in here
Oh.
on my tablet. Let me see. Give me a second. Okay. That's not what's happening. Somehow I have logged myself out. Okay, we're gonna have to fix that when I get out of here because I'm not in my course right now.
Okay.
And I should be. And it's saying
Do you need
I don't know.
information for the live for it?
No, I just
Okay.
need it. Okay. Good morning, Lola. All right. Good morning. What we're going to start with is emotional regulation breathing, where we will inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale on my descending count of 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and get this neural party started. 3, 2, 1. Even with you not on. Okay. I'm going to come back on camera. And Nola, you do the same.
Okay. Chat had two very different perspectives on us doing do it now. Procrastination.
Always. Always. So, good morning, Regina. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good
I
morning. Good morning.
I am Dr. Donna Louise Thomas-Rodgers, daughter of Leslie Darnell Thomas, granddaughter of Arthur Jethro Evelyn II, and great granddaughter of Levi Thomas. Welcome to your morning mental workout. Actually, it's real life with Nola and Dr. Donna. And today's principle of real leadership that we will be covering is do it now. Procrastination is the enemy. And this is something that takes place in the majority of people's lives on a daily basis is putting things off and putting things off and then waiting until the last minute. So if you wait till the last minute, it only takes a minute. But as I say in my book, is that going to be your best effort? Is that going to be your best work? And the answer is neurologically, no, it's not because of the panic. And so none of your brain regions are going to be neural clear. They're not going to be functioning at a high level because of the panic. So when you actually do it now, you do it with a why and a strategy, then everything gets taken care of in that moment. If you find yourself procrastinating, you have to check what's happening, and most of the time, it's based upon mood, feeling like it or not, or it's based upon fear because you don't have the skill set to get it done. That's why over here on level 4, where you are using the principles of real leadership so that you will be competent, because be technically competent is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. You will find that once you have the technical competence, when you eliminate distractions and you get organized and stay organized, you will stop procrastinating. Those 3 principles of real leadership will help you with this 4th principle of real leadership, which is to do it now and don't procrastinate. With that being said, Nola, take it away with all of your abilities in do it now versus not being able to do it now.
Take it away.
Take it away.
You see that paper airplane? That's so
I
me.
do. I see
Chat
that.
with colorful. This is
Yes.
such an ADHD hyper focus level. Hold up, let me
Right.
just hyper level focused of production
Good
or
morning, morning.
productivity.
This is us. This is us. If you all came to our house and you saw Nola's 2 rooms and her bathroom versus my office and bedroom and bathroom, you would definitely see downstairs is neutral, but up where my bedrooms and everyone else is here, I am on the left and she is on the right, and that has been our existence the entire time. That for almost soon to be tomorrow, 23 years.
The thing
So that
is
part.
though, the thing
Yeah.
is though, we're getting the same amount of work done. It's just
Right.
different process, different
It
process.
is different because if you look, go back. If you look, we both have a computer. We both have books. We both have a
We got a
checklist. We
checklist,
both.
yeah.
I've got my coffee like I always
We got a
do.
clock,
Yeah, we got a clock and
the
everything. So
calendar
we.
on the wall, because I
Uh
actually
huh.
have a calendar on the wall, yeah.
You do, and I mine is not on the wall. It's on the and standing by me because I need a paper calendar. So we both have what we need. It's just packaged differently. So that part. So your do it now doesn't have to look like anybody else's do it now,
If you're
but it
doing
has
it
to
now, who
get her
cares?
done. Get her done.
I don't know, maybe
Okay.
because of the height I have on, you can see my shorts today. It is what it is. At least I got on pants, right?
Right. That's the best part. That's the most important part.
I'm saying it because that cop doing that court thing. I'm like, dude didn't even come in pants.
Right. On
You're
TikTok.
already a cop getting on what you call it, doing a case, and he didn't even show up to court in pants. It's virtual court.
It was virtual court. Nobody said you gotta have pants in virtual court.
Anyway,
Okay.
the do it now procrastination is the enemy. For me, procrastination used to be the homie. Um, we were on the same side. We were playing for the same team. Yes, well, it was my chat versus her chat, but yes,
Right.
the current version of Chat GPT made both of these graphics.
They did.
I think it just
So
knows our personalities.
right.
Cause yes, this is chat. Um, so additionally, the procrastination used to be my friend. Now it's the enemy. But I definitely had a lot of good reasons to procrastinate. I'm joking. There's never a good reason to procrastinate. You like, that's not what the hell you supposed to do.
Jared said I was Mr. Do It Later.
Yes, you over here like this is on the wrong path. I told you to take it over. You giving the wrong message.
You are. I'm about to take it back over because yeah.
No, but definitely from a procrastination perspective, I feel like the mental illness that took over the most was ADD because the ADD is the calm one, but sometimes it can be the silent killer. It was really the biggest thing that messed me up with procrastination because it is so calm, I would end up drifting, and I kind of touched base on this last week. I would drift for hours, but also with the ADD, I was disorganized. So, see, on my current graphic, this is organized chaos. Before, it would have just been chaos. So,
Yes.
prior to me having real leadership, with me having to maintain 3 different calendars for working and everything, that would not be happening. People would keep calling me and saying you missed an appointment, and I believe I only got one appointment mixed up one time ever
Right.
with having like 2,650 different appointments. That's not bad, especially with having 3 different mental illnesses. But if I didn't have real leadership, that's why I got a big calendar on my wall so I can keep everything there. I got people texting me, a website, my the app that I use all for making appointments. But in the past, the biggest thing for procrastinates, thank you, Jared. The biggest thing,
Regina said what is great. I'm too calm at times is what Jared said. Regina said, what's great as you are, you eat your authentic selves. Yes, ma'am. And
yeah.
that's that picture I showed y'all. We did our Christmas photos. I got on all black and some wedge boots, and Nola got every color in the rainbow on. And that's what we decided was that we were going to be ourselves
I'm so
on
much
those
more
pictures.
conservative now when it comes to my colorage.
No,
They're like,
not at
you're
all.
like, dude, you just she's buying me a birthday present, but I just bought a pair of purple suede Adidas. They're pretty cool. But what she's getting me is I found some things. They basically look like Timberlands with wings on them.
Right. Yeah. That part. That part.
Anyway, but what I was saying was the ADD is really what got me with the procrastination because was not organized. I would forget things. Another issue. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I got it honest. This one over here, she actually wears a decent sneaker. She was actually wearing Chucks and suits prior to Kamala. She was doing
Right.
that 2016, 2017. She'd been doing that. But
I
yeah, she
was.
was wearing sneakers with suits before it was a thing.
I was going to business meetings with him on though. I literally was at business meetings with suits
Yeah,
and,
she
and
had
gold
gold
gold Chuck
chucks,
Taylors.
and she
I got
had
some
she even had
metallic gold.
some Adidas.
Adidas. I got my black and white Adidas. I had on suits, very expensive suits with sneakers on.
I wore suits with it. I wore my suit sneaker of choice. I got a pair of Filas, all white Filas. They're pretty cool. Anyway, but a little bit. I dabble. I
Oh, I
dabble.
got two new pair of sneakers. Go ahead. I'm gonna go get my. Well, I forgot. I just got two
Oh,
new
are we
sneakers.
showing sneakers?
You
Are
keep
we
talking.
showing sneakers?
No, you talking about procrastination.
Oh, so you get to show your new shoes, but I don't get to show mine. Wow. I see how we're doing it. I got a pair of red trucks, some purple Adidas, and I even got some brown Vans. Keeps them guessing. Yes.
You can go get yours now while I talk. We both need to be on now.
Oh my god.
Okay.
We both
So
can't see.
these are extremely comfortable, and they're Skechers. Believe it or not. Can you believe that? These are Skechers. I'm like shocked by that. And then these are actually Steve Madden's. So a little zhoosh. I'm getting in my 50s, so I'm getting my new style for my 50s. So I'm metallic colors in my 50. And these are actually they got memory foam on the inside of them too. So they're great walking shoes. That part. Now I need some hand sanitizer because I'm eating. Yeah, so I used to have a lot of sneakers. Now I'm very selective about which ones I have. I do have a pair. Skechers has stepped their game. I know, right? Can you believe that with this Air Max bubble in it and everything? I said, get the hell out of here. What? So I got to go for comfort and style at the same time. Back in the day when you got this age, you had to put on some easy spirits, and the things was terrible. They looked like them old Rockports. But now, so I am not. I'm very selective. At one point when I was in high school, I think I said this. I had like 14 pair of sneakers with all the socks to match. Which in the late '80s, early '90s, that was a lot. I had Jordan 2s, working just at. Oh, you work with just for feet? Dang. Yeah, I wanted to get a job at Lady Foot Locker. Just never got it. They knew, God knew not to give me a job at the mall. Comfort in the shoes. Yes, definitely. So both of them have memory foam and I can walk around in comfort. But my favorite pair is an old pair of turquoise Chuck Taylors from 2005, Converse All Stars, whatever. I get them mixed up. But that part. So,
Right. This is the shoe I wore with my Filas. I mean with my
your
suit.
suits.
This is an all white Fila. And then I wore this a lot. It's
My
just
Chelsea was gone.
Adidas. I actually just had these on yesterday. Black Adidas. I gotta clean them off. But oh,
I got a
this
pair of
one
those
she
too.
loves.
I hate those. I hate those. Oh gosh, I hate those.
The smiley
I come
face.
downstairs and she got those on.
I don't
I'm
know
like,
what you
why?
these. I just got these from the thing, some Vans, because West Coast we wear skater
West Coast
shoes.
people wear Vans, not Chucks, because they're skateboard
No,
over
no,
here.
no. I got both. I'm saying the skateboarding shoes in general, the Airwalks, the
Right.
Vans, the Adidas. But these are the Chuck Taylors. She probably likes these the most out of everything I'm gonna
I
show.
do. I do. And
They
I'll
look
go
good
through
on
my
me
Chucks and
too.
then we're done. Okay. Uh-oh. I tripped over. Oh, my tablet fell. Okay, get back to procrastination though, because we procrastinate now.
Which you go? Those are the new shoes I just bought. Honorable mention. I just got some cowboy boots. Okay. Anyway, so the point is, I don't even know how we got on sneakers, but the point is that Jared was asking us about the sneakerheadness, and you gonna tell me that, and you didn't brush your damn Converse.
So these are my oldest pair of Converse. They're from 2005. And then these are my gold ones. So that part. So now I'm done.
Okay. Anyway, the point is, we
They were
actually
too
have
narrow for
narrow
my feet.
feet, so it works out because they fit our
Yeah,
feet like a glove.
right. We got narrow feet, narrow heels. That's why I can't wear UGG boots because my heel will flop in the back. All right, go ahead, Miss Rogers. For
Anyway, so most of my shoes are
y'all see
skateboard
me
shoes.
because I'm a germaphobe. I didn't touch these shoes. I got finished.
Oh my god, most of the shoes I have are skater shoes. West Coast people, we wear skateboard and sneakers all the time. But you do see the Adidas and the Filas because my mom is from Detroit.
You do. I got 4 pair of Adidas. More Adidas. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
She
s
didn't.
I should do
She didn't see. I'm gonna bring them back because I've showed cowboy boots. I finally got my boots. Anyway,
anyway,
I needed your on-screen reaction. Anyway,
and the Bobo with the stupid belt to match. Fucking Mississippi. Sometimes, I swear. It's in the DNA. It's in the DNA. Go
anyway,
ahead. Do it now.
the,
Procrastination is
the
the
point
enemy.
the point is that yes, we do wear sneakers. Second of all, the my ADD was my procrastination issue. And so that now I'm able to manage all of those things, but I needed neural clarity and systems. So, okay. Mhm.
Rod Labors. Oh, man. Okay, send me a picture of 'em.
Oh my god.
Hey, send me them in Instagram. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh,
But as
wait.
you
Jet, one more. I'm about to, all right, go ahead. Keep going. I forgot.
anyway, as you can see, we don't wear trendy shoes. We wear cool shoes that match our personalities. And my whole thing when I'm wearing sneakers is I don't want to have on a pair of shoes that other people do. So I don't want to wear the trendy stuff. We're wearing stuff, and when I pair it with different outfits, it looks cool. Anyway, um, but what I was gonna say though was that so I had to get that in order to be able to move forward. So part of it was neuroclarity systems, and then for me, I found because I was having a hard time maintain. You go show these shoes, and so I can get some. Oh my god! And he said, "Ooh."
Polka dot. You see the polka dot laces? Okay. And these Reeboks from 2007.
Your Reeboks piss me off because they are so cool.
From 2007.
You can
That part.
actually wear those now. People are wearing them athletic shoes. You ain't even brought them out
Okay.
in a minute.
I'm not. I'm not getting bring them up. It's
Anyway,
going right back in the
those are
box.
in good condition considering they're yellow. And see, she gets on me, but she literally has a pair of yellow sneakers she didn't wear since 2007.
Okay. Anyway,
So
got it. I'm done.
yours have smiley faces. Anyway,
But I'm not a sneakerhead. Not a sneakerhead. I'm not.
the point is that the
Yep. Send me a photo, Jared. Okay, go ahead. No.
so that I had to get neural clarity and strategies together to be able to get my procrastination. So the key to a lot of my procrastination was disorganization. And so once I got systems together, notes, reminders, yes, notes, reminders, I ended up finding out I needed a physical calendar. That all
Hmm.
helped me get together. Additionally, a key part of procrastination is personal accountability. So I would let myself off the hook. And so, what I will say that was good for me with the symbol, and I've kind of touched base on this for different reasons, but having to have appointments where people are paying me to get stuff done in a certain amount of time and then I have to leave and go to another appointment made it so I got into this do it now because I got to do it now. They
Yeah.
got 4 items and I got an appointment at 2. I got to do it now because one, they need it, 2, they're paying me, and I got to be ready to go to the next thing. So I
Yeah.
don't have time to be like, I'm gonna get to it when I get to it. I've mentioned this before. I got a essay done due at 12 p.m. and it's 11:35 and I'm starting on it. The chances of me finishing that on time or being correct are low. So, or like I said in the past, I need to turn in my homework and I'm finishing it as it's being called to the front.
Yeah.
So if you're waiting, what's the last possible time you can turn these in? Those might be it.
Okay. Always the last kid at school. We got to pick her up. In
Well,
elementary
that
school, we
wasn't
used to have to.
procrastination. That was disorganization. So by the time I found everything I needed, to get to the car. That's why I was late because I had to
But
left
they
my
have
jacket
time at the
somewhere.
end of the day for y'all to get for you to get your stuff together. So it is procrastination because you were still waiting till the end of the day to get all your stuff together to put it in your backpack to come outside. So it actually is still procrastination.
Mhm. I got it. And so that was the issue for me was mostly neural clarity, organization, and do it now. But because I had for about to be 5 years, well, I've been pretty good, I would say, within the last 2.5 to 3 years. But those first 2 years were pivotal because they made it so I had to do it now. Mhm. Procrastination was the enemy because if I drifted off or was on my phone and stuff, I wasn't going to get things done, and a lot of time they needed to be done. So it basically was like a crash course of personal accountability to do things so that I would be able to do it. And so I had to become more efficient to make sure that I could get things done and also be ready for the appointment, but do it in a reasonable time. Because if I also procrastinate at an appointment, clients are going to be like, "Hey, what's the holdup?" And I'm not talking about something complex, but if I got a bed to put together, especially a bed with no storage drawers, I'm in the room for 3 hours. People gonna be like, "Bro, I paid you by the hour. What the hell is the holdup?" Because I could drift in that time. So that was the accountability I needed to start doing it now. And now it's super easy for me. Now, if I have a task or a chore to do, it doesn't even, I push past that ability of if I feel like it or not, because there's been hard shit that I did not feel like doing that I've had to do in a certain amount of time and figure it out because of those circumstances. And so now, because of that experience, if I had to like do a chore, dishwash, clean a bathroom, get work for her because I've been working for her legally since I was
Stop
13.
saying that. Stop saying that.
Since 13. So but I mean, I was relatively accountable to be a teenager, but I'm
And
still
side
smart.
note, for the people who were on TikTok live this morning, I was well aware of my tone because I've told her to stop saying that. Go ahead.
Okay. I was
Legally.
relatively
You
accountable.
act like I had you out on the doggone corner doing stuff.
I'm pulling you
Those
on.
were called household chores and
No, it
learning and
wasn't.
growth
I
opportunities.
was doing work for you. That wasn't household chores. People aren't editing videos as a household chore.
Where you edit them videos at?
That was internship. That was the
But where was
internship.
you at
You
when you
had a
did it?
home office.
Then you was at home when you did it, so that's a chore.
No, it wasn't a chore. You had me listed as an intern. Anyway, anyway,
You wasn't in the coal mine
you know what? Let's move on. You're harping on it. I'm trying to move forward. Anyway, the
doing
point.
something strange for change. Laugh out loud. Go ahead.
Anyway, the point is that I have been doing it, but when I was younger, I mean, I was relatively focused to be a 13, 14, 15-year-old, but I still was not necessarily locked in. And by the time I got to high
Right.
school, I was doing all types of back end shit. I had to overhaul her entire YouTube channel, which at the time had 800 videos to put hashtags and all the titles, bios, descriptions. So, mhm,
You had to help with them jippies. Load them up and put them
I
hashtags in
no,
there.
I had to create them, which
The
by that point I
stickers.
was using software to yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, the point
Adobe,
is,
iMovie. Yeah.
okay, I'm trying to I would talking
Go
about the
ahead.
work
Who's
that
stopping
needed
you?
to be done.
Go ahead. Who's
I'm
stopping you?
talking about
Who's
now.
stopping you? Just go ahead and say what you got to say. Nobody's stopping you from talking. Go ahead.
Wow, nice Nola. Dr. Donna for the win. LOL. Anyway, so now when I'm doing work with like Mighty Networks, YouTube, researching or whatever, because I have this ability to do it now, I'm quick. And honestly, the stuff seems simple to me because I'm like, I'm doing it. But before she would have to ask me a bunch of times, I was gonna remember what the hell the thing was. I was gonna have it written down. Now I have it organized and stuff. So even with things that used to take me long, I'm quick. Like dishes used to take me forever. I clean the whole kitchen in 10 minutes. So
And
the
what she did was when she was washing the dishes, anything that had grease in it still had grease in it when she was done. So
yes.
that part.
Now I can get the grime off and
Now
everything.
she can get the grease and everything out. But additionally, if you go to my book challenges, starting with the third book challenge, so what was that,
No, it
52?
wasn't the third. It was back half of 50/50.
Okay, so back half of 50/50. If you go through the book challenge whole playlist, I started doing PowerPoint slides so that
No,
you
no,
could
no.
read
50/50 is where I started. We didn't start doing PowerPoint slides till
till
either
five.
no 50 or 52.
Okay. So the third or fourth book challenge, we started doing PowerPoint slides. And it's a wonder neither one of us was in jail or in the hospital behind that. Because unfortunately for her, I
Mhm.
went to Cas Cube when I was in the Army. And Cas Cube is nothing but 6 weeks of learning how to give briefings to higher officials, politicians and generals and colonels. So you spend 6 weeks doing nothing but PowerPoint presentations. And I had the most anal retentive colonel. When I told people I could not remember his name, but they
You
were like,
turned
"Oh, you
into
had him." We would literally be
him.
in
Did
class
you
from
hear
eight.
me? I
Huh?
said you turned into him.
I turned into him. Literally, we get there at 8 after PT, and we would be leaving at 8 o'clock at night. We'd be there with the Zamboni guy cleaning because he was like, "No." And okay, go back to the other slide. Okay, so that little, you see how the title isn't the same? Go back again. Okay, now that font.
And she
Okay,
was
wait,
doing
but did
that
you
to
see?
me. And I'm good
Yes.
at making graphics, but we literally had to stop doing the book reviews together because it was turning into the point where we were getting physical altercations.
Right. And
That I was
so
not winning.
then, and then she was doing that part. So then she would do the slides, and then I would come back. And then once the slides were made, then we had to animate the slides. And so then that was another thing. So now we got to get the transition right because you got to be able to read the slide before it goes to the next slide. Then we had to put the music under it, and then the music had to be low enough. I'm coming in, music
They
is
had to
low,
be
music
long
goes
enough so
up.
they could be readable and
Yes.
everything. Okay, why are you
So
taking me down this trauma?
because what I'm saying is because you didn't want it, this is a point. Okay. It's a somatic marker for
I'm
you.
like,
It's
are we
time.
living this? Why are we doing this? I was trying to
Okay,
drive
so
past
because it's a somatic marker for you, it's time to recode this marker. So my point is, because it was such an arduous task, she didn't want to do it, so she would procrastinate, and then we'd be right up to the wire having to publish it because I would ensure that she had all the slides in time, and then she would procrastinate because she didn't want to come in and do that part after the editing where I'm like, nope, that's not long enough. Nope, that's not long enough. So that part. So I go back to, or do you have the skill set, or do you lack the skill set, or do you not want to do it, which means I don't feel like doing it, which is why you procrastinate.
Okay,
That
well,
was my point for that.
I will touch base on that as well. What I will say is now I can make graphics with the proper spacing and background in 5 minutes. I can literally do it
Hence
and
your
then just
chat GPT. You're welcome, because
no, no,
it's your
no,
chat.
not this. The Chat GPT did this, but I'm talking about from scratch, from like
But
Canva.
you had to tell chat what to do. And because of all those years of having to make graphics and all of that,
Chat
it
ain't
could have
made a
came out
bad
bad.
graphic. No, what I'm saying is specifically like with Canva or Unfold or something, I can make a graphic from scratch, concept, content, and everything in 5 minutes, ready to post
You're
because of that
welcome.
experience. Okay.
Go ahead. You act like somebody's interrupting you or something. Go ahead.
Because of that experience. Additionally, prior to me doing Assembled, I was irritated by detail orientedness. But with having over 2,600 projects, and very particular anal retentive customers, I have gotten the ability to now appreciate detail orientedness. Where and I have clients. I'm not going to say get past this, but there's a group of people that are very okay. I don't think this is racist. The
She has a large
Asian
group of
customers
Asian clients
are very particular about feng shui.
because of the math.
What? Oh, no, I was about to finish that. Feng shui and also the evenness, symmetry, and stuff because of the math. So if I have something off by an inch, they will notice it. So that
Really
has
like
improved.
a quarter of an inch, they notice it.
I okay,
Go ahead.
I know you said you were going to add, but now you're getting in the way of me making my point. Okay. Well, inch off, I've had to improve and get better at my measuring. And so now I can measure and I just did it. Hold up. I got this on my phone the other day with somebody that was learning how to mount stuff. I did this off of just measuring. So what happened was this is three different mirrors, which you cannot tell because of how I mounted it with the but now it's made me such a precise measure. Whenever people say they want something and I remeasure it after it's mounted, it's exactly to where it needs to be too. I've had stuff that's close to the within the half inch. So if somebody wanted something 43.5 inches off of the ground, when I take my measuring tape, thank you. It will be 43.5 inches from the ground if you get the bottom. So with this, the person
So
wanted this
one second though,
centered on the
Nola, just
bench.
so they know, just so 1 second. So if every three, so if you count at the top, 1, 2, 3, that's one panel, 1, 2, 3, that's another panel, 1, 2, 3. So each panel was three across. That's how they work. Okay, go ahead. So they
Thank
know where to look where the break is.
Okay, thank you. And so what happened was she had did like one of these YouTube hacks with tape and stuff like that because it was keyholes on the back, and I did not end up using the tape. She told me where she wanted it. She said she wanted it centered. I mounted the centerpiece first, and then I what happened? No, I didn't mount it. What happened was I needed 6 screws to get this. I literally measured it out, leveled it, and didn't even have to do a test fit. I put all three of them down and they ended up being level. And as you can see, this is what I was telling her. I was like, I could mount it so it looks like one piece of mirror. So because of my detail orientedness, now I've gotten to the point where I can literally just measure something out and it's exactly where it needs to be without me having trial and error, extra holes or anything. So part of the reason why I can work with her now is because I have an appreciation for detail orientedness. So when she tells me to do it, that's really what I was procrastinating with because I'm like, do I want to have to do all this detailed stuff with her? But because of having my own work experience where now I have the ability to you can't tell that's three separate mirrors. And that's great. So when people come to her house, they're not gonna know. They're gonna be like, where did you get this piece? She's like, it's not one piece, it's three. And I think it's better that I put them together because she wanted a gap, but I think it looks better as one. Um,
And, and so that's coming as soon as you come in the door. She wants you to sit down on that bench and take your shoes off. So that's it, or take her shoes off. So it's the entryway door bench situation. So as soon as you open the door, that's the first thing that you see on that wall.
And so that because I can now have the ability to do it now without concerning myself if I want to do it or not, and detail orientedness, that's what stopped me from procrastinating working with her because I have an appreciation for the things that used to irritate me with working with her. So now when we work together, it's fluid because we got the same thought process.
And if I may interject here for a moment, Nola.
Do
So
you want to
yesterday
keep
when
the
I was
mirror up or can I
No,
switch back?
you can switch back. Thank you for asking. If you don't know, ask is one of the 74 principles of real leadership too. So yesterday when I said level 4 is over here, this is why you have to start going every day. Jared, you said you printed the 74 principles of real leadership out. That is why you need to know what they are. And that is why you need to start having conversations about them. Because Regina said you can't tell that that's three separate mirrors. And that's how it's designed. So be the best, set and maintain high standards, inspect what you expect, are all the reasons why Nola didn't have to do a test fit. Everything was leveled. She had the right hardware so that it would be flush to the wall. It's so that you have your own personal standard of excellence and you begin to do these things that you never thought was possible. That's why it's so much harder here on YouTube because this is where the doctrine is taught. This is where you start using the 74 principles of real leadership so that you can master them in Mighty Networks. I got them with me at work right now. And so I mentioned this yesterday and I said, everyday people are not used to having a standard of excellence. It's okay if you don't finish. It's okay if it's a C. C's get degrees. And the reason why that is because dysregulated leaders get to stay stuck too. So everybody is stuck. But we're not doing that. You have 86 billion neurons, and when you start to use them, and Nola, with her 86 billion neurons and her 3 mental illnesses, now has the ability 5 years later, 2,600 appointments, that's thousands of pieces of furniture, thousands of screws, and everything else, can do these things at this very, very extreme high level because of the 74 principles of real leadership. That is why this works. That is why. So that's why over here the standard is excellence, because there is greatness inside of you. But if you do not have an anal retentive person saying, go back and measure that again, tap that one more time, go on Khan Academy and get that done, then it never happens for you.
Yeah, and
Nola,
I
go ahead.
actually had to do 2 years worth of relearning basic math to also help daily to also help with my measuring, because math is not my thing, and I had shit all types of wrong. People said they wanted in the middle of the wall, and I would have something 24 inches from one side and 19 from the other. That's not
Right.
in the center of the wall.
We went through a lot of stucco, I mean, a lot of hole filler that year.
Now I don't even use that thing. It ends up drying
Mm-mm.
out before we even have to use it. And most of the time, if I am using it, it's because somebody wanted me to take something down they already put up. Um, what I was
Right.
gonna say is, additionally, it's in your daily. So me doing all those appointments, I mean, essentially 6 days a week for almost 5 years is, I would say, relatively close to it's in your daily, because it's like almost every time I have a day off, I'm still doing something at the house too. But additionally, I do also have, I have 365 day real leader challenges under my belt too. So doing RL 365, RL advanced, and all of those things also made it so I can be where I'm at now, because I got so much real leadership with me. So the between the consistency and having to push myself in my work ethic, plus going through the challenges, made it so now I can do it now with nothing, because there's so much I've had to do that I didn't necessarily want to do, and push past it. I'm good. But that's part of it, is even if when you start doing everything real leadership related at whatever level you're at, it does build up your stamina to not procrastinate, because it's like I have to do this every day regardless of whatever's happening in my life. And and I had to do that with work plus challenges at the same time. It's to shoot some of those challenges, it was late at night, I was outside of an appointment to make sure I got done. One I was literally lost at the damn convention center doing it. And so I might not have been able to find her, but I did upload my video on time.
Yes.
And then I told her,
Because she was
I'm
not
like, I
trying to
sure
start
need my
over.
work. I don't know where you are,
I got to turn this in because Dr. Donna crazy. I'll come get you, be my assistant in a minute. But I got to turn my work in because I got 200 and some days and I
I
ain't
was
starting
so
over at
lost.
this
I ended
point.
up in the wrong parking lot and everything. I almost got locked outside the building. But
Her work got turned in.
that video was turned in.
That's the important part. And as Daisy said, drink water. So, what questions do you have for Nola or myself? It's drink water, not sip water.
Need a little sip.
That's not your nip, as Aunt
No,
Liz used to
I,
say.
I was already short on time, so I didn't have time to get another one. I don't have enough water, because if we got to do more than one, if I don't, we got, normally I have less water in the morning because I have an amount based upon me taking my vitamins, and then I reload when I'm in the kitchen. That's my system. So this is enough to be able to take my vitamins water, but I didn't have time to go downstairs and then come back up. It wasn't gonna happen. So I'm stretching out the water just in case we gotta do this again.
What am I about to say?
I will make sure Friday mornings I have fresh water. I will add it to my prep. I mean, this is our third time doing it in the morning, so I'm getting my system together. Just like I had everything else ready to go. Now I know at night next to my shirt, put a brand new water. I got it.
Do y'all like how I didn't say anything?
Experience is is the best teacher. It's trial and error. I'm getting my system together.
Okay.
You do this every day, so you know
Okay.
what to
I'm
have.
just saying, I didn't have to say anything. You read my lips, not moving.
No, I was being personally accountable.
Okay, there we go. Number one principle of real leadership. Got it. So
Hold
when you're
yourself and others personally accountable. Doesn't
Yes.
matter what you do
And
with your
so when
silence.
you have a regulated household and you have older progenies that are adults, you can then they understand without you saying anything because they know that, oh, I better have a system for this thing because this is going to be something that I continue to do. Or not, if you or not. So Jared is getting ready to type a question. Does anyone else have a question for Nola or myself before we wrap up with our questions that I have for you?
How long
Yeah.
did it take to get in the do it now mode? Uh, I would probably part of it I didn't even do. I'm pretty sure it was like my second year in business or entering my third somewhere around because it was May of 2023. So I had
2 years and 2
2 years in
months.
business, but the business was part of it. But what really got me on the mode was being in RL 365. So if I had started doing my daily RL items sooner, then it would
Mhm.
probably happen faster. So I would say actually getting into um doing the different levels, possibly even doing an RL challenge is how I got there faster because by the time I got to that because I actually did not like filming videos. So by the time I got to um
Or
RL the end of
365.
RL 365, I didn't have a problem being on camera or anything. They had me push through a lot of things. And through that, you actually have turnaround risks and challenges. So I had to do all types of stuff that got me out of my comfort zone a lot. The
Mhm.
only part that was kind of simple with it was the poll questions. But the hard part for me was having to only pick one option. There was multiple videos where I was like, "Well, I would pick both, but because I have to pick one."
Here is the one. So Regina said, taking the stairs is the best way to develop your skills and be your best. No, you used to be an apprentice and now you are a master assembler. That is correct.
He
And
said,
Jerry
"I
said, I
didn't
hate
do it.
being on camera too.
I
So
did.
let me go ahead.
It was only 365 videos straight that I pushed past it."
You can't say 365 videos and only in the same sentence every day.
You do that, then you'll be fine.
All you need to do is 365 videos consecutively every day and don't
No, but
miss
that
by
the
8
thing for
o'clock
you,
p.m.
you all are lucky. So I gotta be on camera. You guys are lucky because you get to work your way up being in chats and subscriptions and everything. I had to go first to the hardest thing. So no, I have
That's
the
why people
levels.
were jumping off.
I have levels. So you can read them because I got them up here.
Okay, so level one is non-subscribers and you're just watching and not talking. Level two is entry level, and that's Neuro Reps over on Instagram, 60 seconds, and that's it. Level three is TikTok, and that's your rep running room where you do your everyday neuro reps for your everyday life. Today, we are over here doctrine training at level four at YouTube, and this is where you start to apply the principles of real leadership so that you can go into level five invite only membership so that you will be in a neural clear environment, troll free, and then you will start doing your 365-day challenges over there as opposed to having to start with them. Because what Nola is talking about in 2020, there were only one options. All options were 365 consecutive days. There were no 30 days. There were no neural reps. None of that existed. So Monique said, what systems did you set up to tackle disorganization? A calendar, timers, reminders to help.
Yeah,
And then,
actually, all
wait 1 second. Let me just read because Jared's are just his are comments. So I got to be on camera. Zoom. I do Zoom for Spanish, and that's not too bad. No, it's not. It's actually on a social media
it's
platform in
great.
public. But now you'll be able to do them.
You're
I'm gonna
working
think
your way
about
up.
that one because I don't know if we're gonna put that in Mighty Networks, but we'll see. Okay, and so what organization systems did you use, Nola?
And I did get exactly that, Monique. I did reminders. At one point, I started getting organized, obviously just with clothes, my freshman year of high school. But in my senior year of high school, which was actually 2 years later, because I did 11th and 12th together, um, I ended up actually having a ton of reminders on my phone for literally everything. At one point, I had 40 different reminders. Just remember to do stuff. Now it's literally just like if an event is coming up or if I'm out and I need to write something when I get home. But yeah, at that point, I literally had to do that much just to remember, like, eat, you know.
Drink water, take a shower, make up your bed. It was
It
all the
was
basic
everything.
things.
And
Mhm.
so then when I had my business in April of 2022, because the first year it was shaky, but the reason I got in April 2022 is because then I got my website. And so then I had more than one calendar I was measuring. She said, "Okay, okay, thanks so much." And I had more than one calendar I was managing. So for me, she has a calendar, but for me, I needed one of them like whiteboard calendars on the wall so I could see everything all at once. And that has helped me a lot. I have had that thing for almost 4 years.
4 years.
Like I did
Uh-huh.
2022. Yeah. The 4 years, same one. Shout out Walmart because I literally got that for like $8 to $11. Now the markers are that originally came with the gone, but the eraser and the actual whiteboard are still going strong. But I put all of my appointments on there, doctor's appointments, everything, and so now I have not missed anything. Like when to pay my Lowe's credit card, charge my car battery and all that. So the calendar has helped me a lot. So using those different organization tools has helped me because like I said, for me it was two different things. One, it was if I didn't feel like it I wasn't gonna do it, and I pushed past that, and you can't give a fuck. And then the other component was just being disorganized. There were times when I wanted to do stuff, but because I didn't have a system or know what stuff I needed to do when, that's the other problem. By the time I remembered that it was due or that I needed to get it done, it was late. And so even like when turning in paperwork or doing taxes or whatever, I'd be the 15th starting the paperwork.
So the other thing, because of the ADHD, Dola is a night person, and she would push everything to the end of the day. And so now
Calendar.
the and now I told her to do things incrementally throughout the day, so it's not a problem. So part of it, Monique, is to spread everything out and also pairing. So if you put like task with like task, then it makes it simpler for you to be able to get it done. So in addition to what Nola is saying, space it out throughout your day.
There we go.
No, now we can't see it, Nola. Go that way. That part. And those are her 3 certificates under her calendar. So those are her
So not
365 days.
super big. I didn't do like a full.
And Daisy is
Oh,
correct. Thank you, Daisy. Drink water.
I didn't do like covering the entire. Got to make up my bed. I went straight to this.
Got it. Okay. Any other questions before I ask you your questions for the day?
But my bed will be made up before I leave the house. I just wanted to make sure I was on time for this.
But she just has 30 minutes to get it all done. I've already been up. I've been up
Yeah,
again,
because I get the
2:27.
I'm
I'm
going to
going to
start
start.
reviewing my Google Calendar. And I feel like I'm at the level now that I will at some point transition to electronic. But at first, I just needed to be able to see it. I needed to be able to
Mhm.
look up and see it.
Every day. Yes. Okay, cool. So the 4 questions on the table today. La mesa. What?
Before you say that,
Yes.
speaking of calendars, if you have a family, I have actually mounted these before. They actually have a physical digital calendar you can mount on the wall and synchronize everybody's schedules to it. So then, as a family, you can all see what you need to get done. We have done that for people that actually have multiple things going on. So, like, everybody's calendars are synced to it. So then you could be like, oh, I got to do this, or be like, okay, it's grandma's birthday, or you got to go to
Right.
practice, or whatever. So that is also an option if you're into tech, is you could use a digital calendar that everybody has access to.
And they put it in a centrally located place, most of the time in the kitchen, coming through the garage, but somewhere where everybody goes so you can see it. I got to see it too, so maybe I should get a whiteboard calendar. And Monique said, thank you. Yes. So if you got to see it, see it. Keep it prominently displayed. And the final thing that I will say before I ask you your questions, part of the thing that Nola had to do as well is get rid of all of the neurotoxicity. Because part of the reason why you can't get neural clarity is because you have neurotoxic people around you and they're creating these very excitable moments. So that's why it's so important for everybody
So
around you to be neural clear. That's why Nola had a come to Jesus moment for herself in 2017, December 22nd, because I said you gonna become a real leader or that part. So this line is not secure. I won't say what else I said, but you got to put your foot down. And you got to make sure that everybody, because you could be neural clear, and then everybody around you is neurotoxic. And now you can't get done what you need to get done because you have all these other unaccountable people around you.
Well,
That's why
you
everybody has to be personally
you
accountable.
don't have to say this line is insecure. All you did was just give me a reality check. And it
Okay, got
comes to Jesus moment. You reminded me of the gospel. You gave me a reality check and told me to get my life together.
that's what I said. There we go. That's what we're gonna say. That's my child protecting her mama. Okay. All right. Regina said that's cool. The digital synchronized calendar. I do
Mhm.
visual calendars too.
Yeah, we had
Okay.
never heard of them, and then the people we got it should be fully scaled now because that was like the holiday season like a year or two ago. Remember,
Right.
it was like Christmas time a year or two ago,
Uh-huh.
and so now it should be scaled. There should be a lot of options, but they actually signed up to be in the beta group. But there should be a bunch of different brands, and we didn't even know about it, but thought it was a good idea because we are like everybody's got different stuff, and so now you can just see. And part of it, if you're double booked, then you can know.
Yeah.
See, I need to tell
So
my kids that too. Yeah.
if you want the whole method, Jared. Yeah. If you want if you want the Captain Thomas version of that conversation, that part. Yeah, it's a very effective method. It's a very somehow she saw the light at that point because you're gonna see another light.
What
So you're
you
gonna
have
see,
to do is you have to demand excellence, and it's
yes,
excellence always.
yes. And if you want to go, I was
And
like,
and
oh,
and
that,
sharks eat their young.
yes,
So you
they do, they do.
know that thing they
Yes,
say sharks come out swimming. So
yes.
they get you gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready. So that part. And so the final thing before I ask the question is people think that this Nola just this came here like this. It so did not. It so did not.
Regina said, "Well
Well
said,
said.
no."
Y'all know me. Y'all saw I gave her some love taps. Um, so it did this is not an accident. None of what you see, this interaction, none of this is 1000% strategic. This is because
Yes.
of the principles of real leadership. Yes, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. Right. And I will be a model prisoner. I'll be sitting there painting. And they'll be like, why she in here? Y'all don't even want to know. And she did that to her daughter. Oh, she sure did. Okay, leave her crazy ass alone. Nobody won't be bothering me. Okay, they'll be moving out my way so I can get my child first. Anyway, the point is that without the system that I developed, the 74 principles of real leadership, none of this would be possible. Without neural clarity, none of this would be possible. And without regulation of the emotions, none of this would be possible. So it is so important for you to go through the levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and then get to the master level. And you too will be able to put 3 mirrors together and not be able to tell your version of that because it's in the work. It's in the daily work, day in and day out. Now, with that being said, the 4 questions that you need to answer today, the number 1 question, and answer these questions in order. What principle of real leadership did you pick yesterday to have a conversation with someone? Number 2, what was your everyday flex yesterday? Number 3, what did you learn today? And number 4, what did you learn about yourself? And Daisy, I saw all of yours yesterday on YouTube. Again, the qualifier to stay on YouTube. What principle of real leadership did you pick to have a conversation with someone? That's number 1. Don't do that. You got to go back to level 3. Go ahead, Nola.
Okay. So because I'm not trying to get demoted either. They'll be like, "Why'd you guys stop doing lives together?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I got kicked off of
Nola is at
YouTube.
level 3. That's why.
I got kicked off of level 4. I got it." And I'm not like castrated or anything. I do speak freely because I convinced her to do this, and she didn't want to, and I didn't care. So it goes both ways. Um, so what I did was we were talking about solicit feedback because I had to give her some bad considered bad news, and I, I handled it well. all. I did all of the wrong things, and I ended up having to talk to chat about some things and everything. But I did solicit feedback, and I think I did a really good job of it.
She
I
did.
went in knowing pretty much I was gonna fuck it up, so I was
She did.
open to solutions to improve for the future. And so now I have some strategies to give feedback, not feedback, bad news better. And she gave me a principle, which is be objective and then also provide solutions. So now I know moving forward, if I need to do that, use both of those things, and now it should go much better.
Jared said the principle I picked yesterday was embrace change with my coworkers. Now, while the other level four is respond, here's what I will say. As I mentioned yesterday, the reason why this is now necessary is because you are at this level. Now, I know you think that you're not ready, but Nola will tell you I always induce new change before she's ready. And she feels like she's not ready. But the reason why you do that is so that the basal ganglia doesn't get comfortable with comfort and that Amy and Lala can't, they don't have enough time to react because you're learning something new. And so it is raise the standard and raise the standard and raise the standard incrementally instead of we have to do a whole overhaul. And what this is doing for you neurologically at this level four is it is showing you who you are, it is showing you who's around you, and it's helping you to identify where the dysregulation is coming from. So is it in your inability to communicate effectively? Is it in your inability to have conversations with the people around you? We go to appointments all the time, people are in the house, everybody's in the room, doors closed, and no one is communicating with each other. So now you're going to have to open up the lines of communications with the people you live with, the people you communicate with, the people you interact with. That's what this is about, because you might not even know where the dysregulation, the dysfunction, or what the opportunities are for you and your family members and you and your friends and you and your coworkers. So this is designed for you to experience extreme discomfort. And I'm saying this one moment, Nola. I'm saying this on purpose and I'm doing this on purpose so you will know where you are in your neuropability path and your emotional regulation path, in your path to becoming a bad mofo, because it just feels like, oh, I'm gonna be a bad mofo. I'm gonna be a bad mofo. You're like, oh wait, hold up, I gotta talk to who? I gotta use the principles of real leadership. So now you get to see where the gaps are in your neural strength. What do you have to say, Nola?
Oh crap. Um, I forgot because I started thinking about something else.
Okay. If it
Oh,
comes back,
my
go ahead.
flex. My flex was actually moving and pivoting forward after my intended task did not work, because in the past I would get stuck on it not working, and I wouldn't have switched to doing something else productive because I would have gotten set from my rigidness, from my autism, of this is what I needed to do, and it didn't work. And then I wouldn't have been able to pivot or be flexible to move on to other work that I needed to complete, so that those things could be advanced, which ended up being my really resources and looking into the membership part of Mighty, because otherwise I would have just got stuck on it. She was reading too, so I was cognizant of actually waiting to let her finish reading a book and everything. And so in the past, I would have just, it would not have worked. I would have interrupted her. She would have finished her book. It would have been a whole thing.
Yeah.
So
And
between
so much
being
better.
emotionally regulated and being flexible, I was able to pivot and still use time to work on things and to do it now to be productive in another sense, which in the past I would have done that. So that's just things that I adjusted. I feel like that's everyday flex worthy, because that could have literally emotionally dysregulated the whole rest of our night.
It could have and would have, even 6 months ago. So Regina said the brain flex is talking to self when in the library, paid attention to somatic markers, and I stayed in my prefrontal cortex, felt proud about staying focused. And that is muy bueno. Daisy said drink water. Daisy, what everyday principle? Thank you for that. Did you, really the principle did you use yesterday? Um, I learned that becoming organized is possible, and in order to do it now, gotta push through Lala and Amy. That is correct. Monique said, principal, delegate. I delegated a task to a coworker while thanking her for her help. I told her that we don't delegate enough because we usually like to be in control. That is actually correct, and kudos to you. Monique. Jared said my everyday flex was printing out the 74 principles of real leadership to help make them a part of my life. And then Monique said, I learned I need to get a calendar and see it every day and pair the tasks together to get the work done. Everyday flex, I read for 25 minutes yesterday. Kudos to you to increase your learning working memory, as well as your memory, and increase your ability to gain new words into your vocabulary. And if I haven't mentioned this, when you're reading and you don't know a word, don't just skip past it. Stop what you're doing. Highlight it if it's digital. If it's a physical book, underline it. Look up the word, the definition, and put it inside of the book so that you will know. And then take a screenshot. And now Daisy gave me an article. So on Android, my phone is now set up. I can show you Nola for screenshots, so I don't have to do that stupid side button, click button thing anymore. So again, thank you for that, Daisy. Regina said about myself, I learned that it's really important to be aware of your neurotoxicity in my environment and that I have to create neural clarity and maintain it daily. Yes. So I know that this is a stretch. I understand that. You need to be stretched because otherwise, what is the alternative? To remain dysregulated? To remain dysregulated. Is that no, it's not. And so I said, like I said yesterday, if you do not believe that you have the neural strength to be on this YouTube live, it's okay. It really is. To fully participate, then that means that you are at level 3. And that's okay. And you need to continue to strengthen your neural reps in the rep room on TikTok so that you can be prepared over here. But I'm not lowering the standard. So remember when I said, chat said this, and here's what I'm about to do. You're like, yeah, address the subscribers, Doug Dunn, and tell us that, wait. You talking to me too? I am. Because how do you think that Nola is able to do what she does, or I'm able to do what I'm doing? It is because of the 74 principles of real leadership, knowing them, using them, and applying them on the daily basis. That's what this is about, so that you become neural clear, you become regulated, and then the people around you, because you are a thermostat, not a thermometer, you also influence them and empower them in order for this to be what it needs to be. Jerry said, I learned today that I need to refer back to my calendar several times a day to stay on point. Regina says, please share those directions for taking screenshots. I'll send a message. Okay. You got an Android too? Because it's for Samsung. It's not iPhone, it's Android. Okay. All right.
We're close to an hour. If we didn't do the sneaker show,
Right.
probably would have been an hour.
Yes.
Got Android. Got it.
Uh-huh. Okay. It's actually a link. Send me a message on Instagram so I can send it to you. So again, if it is Nola and I talking to myself on Friday, if it is me talking to myself every day, this is the extra level. This is the wall that most people hit. And every time I start saying use the principles of real leadership,
No, it's
no, it's
fine.
okay, Jared. No, it's fine. It was perfectly fine. You got,
No, it's
because it's
just
a
more
human
like we're trying to
experience.
get people
Yeah.
out of here for an hour. Yeah, that's
We're
all.
trying to be a respecter of your time. That's why TikToks are shorter now and getting this down to an hour. And so, yeah, but I mean, we like sneakers, so we can have that in common. That's cool too. So again, every time we get to this is not my first rodeo talking about the principles of real leadership. Every time it's time to start using the principles of real leadership, there is a drop off. And I am now almost to the point where my insulin doesn't even receive a notification, because this is how you become extraordinary. This is how you become a bad mofo. Prior to that, you just doing regular shit. This is the extraordinary. This is the second mile service. And this is that neurological shift that everybody needs to make. This is the difference between everything else. Daisy said, principle, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. I spoke with a relative about being on top of your choices. I told her about challenging herself to get all of what she needs done, and she agrees to try the method. Well, that's awesome. And so for me, and I will just be completely transparent, I every time I get here and I say it from the past, but thank you, ChatGPT. Every time I've gotten here and people start dropping off, I've lowered the standard. That's why this is probably my 5th time at this point, maybe even my 6th time. But I'm not acquiescing, because now I have neural clarity, because now I have neuroplasticity, because now I know exactly what is stopping people from using the 74 principles of real leadership and the system. And so I'm unwilling to lower my standards, because before you could say it's this, it's because of this, it's because of this. Okay, Regina, it's because of all these other things, but it's actually your brain. It's actually your brain being dysregulated. So that's why I'm 10 toes down now. That's why I'm not going back. We're not going back. Not going back. So that part. Okay, Daisy, do you have anything else before we go? Because that was your first one. I know you might be at work. So yeah, Jared, no big deal. We cool on the sneakers. Remember to send me the photo. Uh, dang it, my side is killing me. Nola, did you have your what you learned and what you learned about yourself today?
Well, you reading everybody else's, so I didn't want to get in the way.
Yeah, you
Uh,
can go ahead.
what I learned was actually with talking to chat about why I will end up smiling with bad news is a soothing coping mechanism, and then it's also part of being neurodivergent with ADHD and autism is you're doing it, and they people connect humor with safety. And so the chat gave me suggestions for breathing, and then also the system you gave me for giving bad news, because most of the time now that's when it happens. It used to happen all the time when I was younger, like when people cried or anything, and so now it's just with having to give people bad news. So now I know what to do, and I do know because of mental illness. There's all these weird features that come with mental illness.
But it's also how you're able to run your
There's
business. So
superpowers, but it's just there's things that you wouldn't think be connected that are.
I agree. I agree. So anything else before we go?
I learned about myself. I can do it now. Now.
Yes. And
And
can makes the
procrastination
impossible
is the
possible.
enemy. We
Yes.
used to
So
be friends and now we're enemies.
right. So today, your neural rep for today is for you to do it now in everything. If you find yourself saying, I could do that in 2 hours. I could do that later. I could do that tomorrow. I could do at any point you find yourself saying that you can do it later, you are going to do it now because it came up in this moment for you to do it. So do it now, whatever that is, all day. So don't come back to the end of the day, both TikToks and today's Neuro Rep. You have to do all day. So you're monitoring your tone all day on for TikTok, and today, no procrastination whatsoever. Do it in that moment. My Daisy said my everyday flex was writing out all of the 74 principles of real leadership so I can have them with me. Okay, great. Or Daisy, you could have just did a screenshot, but you might need to read them. So I never mind.
I think it's interesting. Everybody's getting a physical copy.
Yeah, well, because everybody we're older, we learn differently than the youth. We old
No, because
school,
I
so we
just pull
need
them
it.
up on my phone from the website.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody want a hard copy.
I want it on that paper. I need to hold the principles in
Flip
my hand.
through, yeah.
Yes, I need the principles in my hand. Okay. So what I learned today is that Jared is a sneakerhead too.
I figured based upon seeing his profile photo, he seems like he wears sneakers.
But sometimes you just have your favorite pair of sneakers, but as opposed to pristine sneakers, it's a
With that,
difference.
he's always got a hat on. Normally, the hat people like to do the hat
Like
with the
sneakers. Oh,
shoes.
your hat got to match your sneakers. Oh, I see. I see. I see. Got it. Over there. That part. Yes. And it's the difference between having a bunch of shoes and having a actual collection. That
Well,
part
because
is
people
different.
will just buy all of the popular shoes and think they're a sneakerhead, but it's the whole point of the sneakerhead is you have shoes people don't have.
Right. Right. Or hard to get.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like people will have a pair of black Jordan ones, Jordan 11s. I mean, like that. That's a dime a dozen. That ain't
Right.
hard to get.
Right. Not at all. I see that part. And what I'm going to get, Jared, is some tigers.
Indeed.
And I should have got them, but now they almost everybody they peeped them. So the tigers are very similar. They're a cross between these Reeboks and Asics. They're yellow, but they're a different yellow. So I'm gonna go ahead and get them. I looked at them. I'm like, damn, why they 183 now? Fuck, I should have got them when they were $79. But I was like, yeah, I don't need them. I don't need them.
No, that's
They,
part of the reason why I'm getting these new things because then it went up on Tim's. Fucking Tim's are
yeah,
$200 now. Like,
Yeah,
bro, what the hell? It's the same shoe. Why does it
yeah.
cost more?
But I got to try them on though. I can't order them online because my right foot is bigger than my left foot. So I think there's a store at Fashion Show Mall that has them, but I got to put them on. I'm not, because I hate ordering and then now I got to go take them back. Yes, Asics is my favorite running shoe, but they're a cross between Asics and these Reeboks. So the stripe goes
Yeah, they're
down.
literally called
They're
tigers. Yeah, they're
tigers.
different.
They're
Yeah.
Asian sneaker. They're fly. They just, but they're inconspicuous. I mean, you got to be in the know for those. That's a different group. It's a small group. What you say?
No, I just said you gotta be in the know.
Okay. All right. So great live today. Again, I'll be back tomorrow with my correct live. Be Coachable is tomorrow's live. I forgot today was Friday yesterday, so I already made it. So Be Coachable today.
Yeah, I
You are
told her
going
at
to.
night. She was like, "Dang, I already made it."
Daisy said, "What I learned today is procrastination is a distraction." Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I think you got one more, Daisy. What you learned about yourself, and then we could bust a move out of there. Yeah. So the thing that I learned is I have to be okay with people not being ready for this level, and people keep this is the level everybody needs to be at. I'm looking for a pair of Vasquez Sundowners. I see. I've not heard of them before. Have you known?
No. I think I feel like if I look up a picture, I'm gonna know exactly what he's talking about.
Right.
I
I
don't know
saw
his name.
another pair when we were in Sprout. You told me about that guy's the skateboard sneakers that
Oh,
were.
the Lakai's. Yeah, the YouTuber I followed for years. He just got ownership in Lakai, and so his skate team now has signature shoes there, and they just signed Chris Jocelyn, who's having a good year. He cut all his hair off and started acting normal.
Got it.
He was a problem child, so now he's got his life together.
Is he a basketball or skateboarding?
No, he's skateboard. He's a skateboarder.
Okay, got it.
But he was wild, and now he's dad now, and cut his hair off, and now he's doing well in competitions. But he was, oh,
Gore-Tex boots.
okay, I gotta check that out.
Got it. Look at her face. Okay. See, have fun. It's one of the 74 principles of real leadership. You froze, Nola. What happened? Nola, you froze. We can't see you right now. Okay. All right. Well, I will be back tomorrow, same
I'm
time.
back.
Yeah,
I
you
was
froze.
googling them.
Okay. You done
I'm
frozen.
back.
That thing was scary. Okay. So great talk today. Again, this is level 4. This is high level. This is the where the rubber meets the road. One piece of leather, I think. I see. Wow. That's the whole. And Daisy said, "What I learned about myself today is that I am not pushing myself enough. Empowering Stacy. I'm about to say Stacy. Daisy. Empowerment. Empowerment. Empowering is one of the empower others is one of the 74 principles of her leadership. In order to empower others, you need to empower yourself first. So yes, you stepping up your game, and it's painful, and I get that. And the insula is registering. This is a lot. This is a lot. I don't know if I can do this, but you actually can. Can makes the impossible possible. That's why you have all those principles of real leadership there, so you can use them for yourself and for the people around you, because that is the foundation for a regulated existence. So thank you so much for your time today. I do value and appreciate the effort that you come in every day, ready to learn, ready to commit, and ready to become a bad mofo too. I value that. Thank you so much. So tomorrow, God willing, higher powered universe, I will be back, same time, same place, safe space, different brain t-shirt, and Nola and I will be back next week. You all go off and have a fantastic Friday. Take care. Adios.